Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Leighanne and I talk about books. So welcome to another edition of Friday Reads. It's pretty much just where I talk about what I finished this week, what I'm currently reading, and what I might be reading soon. We get a little bit of bonus in this video because I'm going to be doing a little mini haul. I haven't really acquired too many things lately, but I did get a couple of things this week. Let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with what I finished this week, and I only finished a couple of things, which is actually wonderful considering how I have not finished a lot of things lately. So this week I've actually been reading multiple things at a time. I've actually had 3 different things going at any given time. So talk about jumping back into it, right? So the first thing that I both started and finished this week was Saga Volume 1 by Brian Vaughn, I believe it is, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna be totally honest, I didn't really have much of an idea going into this what it was going to be about. I just know that I had seen a couple other people on BookTube and Twitter and that kind of thing talking about how much they loved it, and I had started perusing through Comixology and Comixology Unlimited. I'll leave links down in the description for that website if you're not familiar with it. But it's basically kind of like Kindle Unlimited because it's actually also owned by Amazon, but it is solely for graphic novels. It was included in Unlimited. I was like, let me just download it and, see what this is about. I really liked it. I definitely want to continue on with the series, so I think I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. So unfortunately, only the first volume was available on Unlimited, which means any subsequent volumes I will have to actually physically purchase. And your girl is broke right now, so I will not be doing that anytime soon. But I did finish it. I liked it. I definitely want to continue with the series. So the second thing that I finished this week was It by Stephen King. Of course, since the movie came out, I wanted to reread the book because it has been so long. So I think that I actually first read this whenever I was in high school, which was over 10 years ago. So there were a lot of things that I did not remember. And in fact, I did not remember the majority of the ending of the book. There were a couple of things that as I was reading, I was like, okay, definitely didn't remember that in there. I really enjoyed it. I ended up reading this as partially in print, hence my copy in my hand. I also did listen to it partially on audio as well for those days where I couldn't sit down and actually spend time reading. But I really enjoyed it, gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I will say again that if you are a fan of the book and the miniseries that they did in 1990 and you have been avoiding the movie because you were afraid that it, wouldn't be very good, I really enjoyed it, and I'm a huge Stephen King fan, so I highly recommend going to see it. So yeah, finish this bad boy up. And the other thing that I finished was another graphic novel. It was Lock and Key Volume 1, Welcome to Lovecraft, by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez, maybe. I don't have anything sitting in front of me and I can't check my phone because it's filmed with my phone, so I'm pretty sure that's who it is, but there will be a cover up on the screen for you to see. So once again, this is something that I didn't really have any previous knowledge of. I had not read any kind of plot synopsis, and I honestly don't think that I had really known many people to read it, but once again, I finished Saga, couldn't get the next volume, so I was like, let me see what else is on here, and that was included. Downloaded it and I loved it. It is excellent. The art is excellent. The storytelling, the writing, everything about it is wonderful. I am definitely going to be continuing on with the series. I believe that there's a couple more volumes that are included in the Unlimited. So I am actually in the middle of volume 2 right now. Probably gonna finish that bad boy up tonight and maybe start volume 3. We'll see. Not really sure yet. So really loved that. So those were the 3 things that I finished this week. So now let's move on to what I am currently reading. So I'll just go ahead and start with this one because I was just talking about it. I am still in Lock and Key Volume 2. We just talked about that, so that's a thing. Other things that I am reading is this bad boy. Started this yesterday, because I had finished it and I reread the first Game of Thrones earlier last week, I believe. So, or Song of Ice and Fire. Sorry, I'm so used to calling it Game of Thrones because that's what the TV show is called. So don't kill me for that. Again, this is a reread, so I'm remembering things that are happening, and I'm not very far in, as you can see. I think I'm only like 125 pages. as of right now. I plan on getting a little bit more read today. I'm also doing this one in conjunction with audio and print because for big long ones like this, it's just a lot easier for me to do that way because sometimes I just don't get to sit down and read the way that I want to. So yes, reading this, enjoying it so far. And the last thing that I am currently reading is Year of the Black Rainbow by Claudio Sanchez, which is one of the companion things to the Armory Wars. This is an actual novel, not a graphic novel. And I will be totally honest, I'm struggling with it just a little bit. The formatting is a little bit weird because I am reading the ebook version because I searched for an actual like hardcover version, or not hardcover, but just any kind of actual print version, couldn't find it anywhere. So the formatting is really strange, like the spacing is really weird, and I am struggling on account of that. I am also struggling a little bit with the writing, which doesn't surprise me because he's not a writer, he's a musician. But pretty much what it is just kind of the prequel story of the Armory Wars and where we started in Second Stage Turbine Blade, which is interesting. There's a lot of things that we already knew just from, you know, like little flashbacks in the comics, so I haven't really come across that much new information yet. But like I said, I'm kind of riding the struggle bus. The content is interesting, but the writing and the format are just kind of throwing me off, so I'm only really able to read a little bit at a time. So I've kind of been like reading a chapter and then putting it down, but I'm hoping that I'm gonna finish that. I won't probably finish it this week, but probably like the middle of next week. So what am I gonna be reading next? Honestly, I really don't know. You guys, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I am a mood reader, so I don't really like to make lists for myself all that often. I have a lot of audiobooks. I have a lot of print books that I haven't read yet. I think I can safely say that I will probably be continuing with the Lock and Key series with as many volumes as I can that are included in the Unlimited, so I have to check on that because I'm really not sure how many there are. But as far as anything else, don't really have any plans. I'm just gonna pick up what I feel like picking up. The last thing that I want to do to myself right now is really like give myself, okay, you have to read this, because I know if I do that, I'm going to end up not wanting to read, and I'm just gonna end up back in the same slump that I was in for a couple of months, and I really don't want to do that because I am loving actually reading again, and I am loving filming and, you know, all of those things. So okay, so now is the mini haul portion of the video that I know that you guys have probably been waiting for, only probably not really. So I only really have a couple things. The first things that I'm going to show you have just been some things that I have picked up in the last couple of weeks, months, whatever. I haven't really bought a whole lot of books because I wasn't reading, but I do have a few that I had pre-ordered that came in the time that I wasn't filming, and I have not read any of these yet. So the first thing that I pre-ordered and got in was Gwendy's Button Box. This is by Stephen King and Richard Kismar. I have no idea how to say that name, and I will be totally honest, I don't actually know what this is about. I just know that Stephen, oh god, the glare is so bad. Anyway, I just know that Stephen King's name was on it, which was why I bought it. No shame in my game. So there's this. This is going to be really short. I may pick this one up sooner than later. I don't really know, because I have a feeling that this is probably going to be something good to read for October, you know, that kind of deal. So, all right. So the next book that I got that I pre-ordered was When Dimple Met Rishi. I have no idea how to say this author's name, and I'm not going to attempt it because I will butcher it. I have seen both good and bad things about this book. However, I think that it looks like it's going to be good. So, you know, we'll see whenever I feel like reading it. Okay, so the next couple of things actually came out of my Book of the Month box, which I haven't gotten a Book of the Month box in a good hot minute because number one, I wasn't reading. Number two, when I did look, I just didn't really see anything that caught my eye. So I had a little bit of extra cash whenever I went through to do my Book of the Month box. So I got one extra from, like, you know, like one of their editions, one of the things that you can add in extra for Book of the Month. And that book is Secret History by Donna Tartt. I have heard wonderful, wonderful things about this book. I read The Goldfinch a couple of months back and really wasn't super impressed by it. However, I have had people tell me who have read both of them that this is the stronger of the two and that this is really good. So I am really excited to read it. And the next two books were actually part of the selections for the month. The first one that I saw and immediately clicked was Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I read Everything I Never Told You also earlier this year, and I really enjoyed that one. So I am super excited to read this. I think that it's going to be excellent, and people that have already started reading this, that I've been seeing Bookstagram, Twitter, blah blah blah, are already really enjoying this, so I am really excited to pick this one up. And the second one that I saw and clicked because it looked really interesting to me was Sing Unburied Sing by Jesmyn Ward. I have never read anything by this author, but I have heard wonderful things about them. A lot of really excited people about this book as well, so I am also really excited to read it. I'm not going to give a synopsis because you can read it later if you want to on Goodreads or something, but I know that the synopsis that I read just like grabbed me immediately. I'm really excited to read this one. So okay, so that is all I have for you guys today. Second video in a week going up, so I'm pretty proud of myself as far as that goes. So you'll definitely be seeing my face more. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have read any of the books that I mentioned here, comment down below, let me know. Let's talk books. You can find me on Goodreads, Bookstagram, Twitter. All of those things are also linked in the description below. As always, if you like what you see and you want to see more and you are not already subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.